In this video, I'll be talking about how to organize your plastics and what types and what colors to use and how to work them at times. So let's get right into it. So to organize plastics, you can either just put them in your boat, or you can get like plastic bags and put what kind of bait they are. And this works good when you have a lot of plastics in your boat. Alright, the first worm category I'm going to go over is the ribbon-tailed worm. I'll say this is the worm that I fish the most down here in the south, and let's just get right into the different types and lengths. Here are the here's 4 different types of ribbon-tailed worms. Here is a monster, just 12-inch worm, mainly for reservoirs and bigger bass. Here's a 7.5-inch worm. This is a culprit. Here's a 6-inch worm, and here's a baby 4-inch. These work really good in little ponds for little fish if you just want to catch them. So let's get into colors. These here are your pretty much main colors down in the south, but the one thing you don't want to worry about is get stuck up on colors, because the bass, they're really just going to worry about the action and how you work it, how slow, how fast. It's just tell them what you want. But here, one of my favorite colors is just the red shad. Another color just like this, pretty much exactly the same, is the tequila sunrise. And if you want a little bit dirtier water, yeah, if you have dirty water, a black worm would just work good. You can always make the tail chartreuse. It's like a motor oil color. This has sparkles in it. You know, there's a million different colors of worms out there. This is just a green. This is a culprit, just for dirtier water. If you wanted something that they can see going down there. This is probably one of the most common used colors, the watermelon red flake. And you can't go wrong with that color. Also, a very good color is green pumpkin. Anything with green pumpkin, that always works anywhere, any color of water. So let's move on to lizards. Alright, here's the pretty much 3 different kinds of lizards that you'll probably be using the most of. This is a 6-inch. I believe this is an 8-inch. And this is a 4-inch, a mini little one. So let's get into colors. Alright, the main colors that you will you need to use for lizards would be any kind of red for spring, any kind of, just red. This is a red bug. This is a June bug. These work all the time. It's great. Watermelon would probably be the best. Watermelon red flake. And then any kind of clear color for clear water. And also a great color would be green pumpkin and chartreuse tail. That's probably would be a fallback color if they're not biting anything else. So let's move on to brush hogs. Alright, here we have brush hogs, and 2 sizes. There's actually 3 sizes. This is the regular brush hog. I think this is 6 inches long. And this is the regular old brush hog. And then they have mini baby brush hogs, tiny brush hogs. And I don't really throw a lot of those because I don't fish small ponds. But usually just the go-to size is just the regular brush hog if you're not pitching grass or something. That size always works. Let's get into colors. Alright, here's the main colors that you would use for a brush hog. This is the regular old green pumpkin. This has green flakes in it. That's always a good color, green pumpkin. Any color with red shad, red ruby. This is a kind of darker bait, maybe like for the less low light conditions or dirty water. You want something that, my main color for brush hogs would be the black emerald. Mainly just so the fish can actually see it go down. I think that's, one thing that I like the fish to see my bait. And this is just a watermelon red. Here's just a watermelon that always works. This is just a June bug, and you can't go wrong with that color. Just worry about the action. That's really all it is about. Sometimes, with water clarity, color can play a role in that, but mainly it's just gonna be how you work the bait. And I'll make a video about all these baits and how to work them at a later time. Alright, here's your twitching baits, flukes, big guns. Now, the thing with this, they don't make these anymore, and if you can find some, buy as many as you can, because they will catch fish. And this here's a flukes in 3 different sizes. Here's the tiny fluke. Here's the just the regular fluke. And here's a magnum fluke, and which is like 7 inches long. So let's get into colors. The colors that I would use for any kind of baits like this, especially flukes, any kind of fluke, is green pumpkin. That color will work if you dye the tail chartreuse. Also Arkansas shiner. And any kind of thing that has any kind of sparkle. Pearl's a good color. I don't know, this is magic or something. Anything with shad color, you know, that's what you're imitating. Maybe a bluegill color or something. But that's what colors you throw. Alright, here's your straight tail worms. This is just a Zoom trick worm. Just you can rig these up. Shaky head, Texas rig, weightless. Also going is Zoom finesse. And this is a culprit type thing called a weenie worm, and yeah, that works too. Some colors, key colors you want to focus on is, you know, if you know, just a watermelon, red flake, clear water, you want clear type bait. Red shad always works for any kind of bait, plastic. But really, you just throw them out there and work them. A good worm you could use is a cream worm, 6-inch or 8-inch. Rig those up, shaky head, and we caught a bunch of fish on that in big lakes. So let's move on to the next bait. We have the here's the crawl worms, and what I recommend down here in the Atchafalaya Basin, what we always catch them on, is the rage tail, baby rage crawl. The bigger ones, if you want to punch grass, that's always good. And any kind of, you know, any kind of ones you just random ones, you know. The main colors is the watermelon meat. Is any kind of watermelon color, great for jig trailers. Any kind of, you know, just green pumpkin-ish color. These are, I'm not taking all these out because it's so hard to get them back in. But any kind of red, you know, you can always rig these up Carolina rig. There should be a video up on our channel about that, how to rig that. But colors, yeah, that's what they bite. Especially down here in Atchafalaya, we've been catching a bunch of them. So let's move on to the next bait. Here we have the Senko, any kind of stick bait. Strike King ones, the Yum Dingers, Gary Akamoto Senkos. That's probably the main ones that you'd use. And the colors, any kind of color you want to use would be the green pumpkin color. This is a Mardi Gras thing, and any kind of bass color for spring, especially springtime. This works really well for baby bass and ponds and lakes and stuff. And it's the watermelon red. Also, any colors you can also do is if a cold front just came through, black and blue, or they just want something different, that always works. And June bug works well. Any kind of like California 420. That's probably the main colors that I would throw down here. Okay, here we have frogs, frog baits. Here's the H&H frog one, swamp frogs. These works really well in the little ponds and things. That's just the watermelon color. This is the old version of the ribbit now. This is the reaction lures, and this Stanley bought that from this concept from them. So but the main colors I would use would be just watermelon color. This is a color with like just any kind of pearl color that would be good. And there goes Ice Cream Man. But just anything like that. The watermelon with the brown, with the orange bottom, that always works well. And that just works great down here with the grass and everything. So yeah, that's what I would throw. Here we have the curl tails, which work very, very, very well in natural lakes, oxbow lakes. This is the Zoom Ultra Vibe Speedworm, and that's good their brand. There's also, they have the curly tail, I think, which works very well. Here's the you get these at Walmart. I'd rather these over the Phenom worms because these have a little bit more thickness to them. But any color, any kind of dark color, June bug works very well in natural lakes. And this is just an old power worm. But any kind of green color, so just any color that you would throw for plastics. But like I said before, you know, it's all in the action. Just, you know, pick a pretty good baseline color and you'll get bites. Okay, here are some ringworms. These work very, very well in little ponds and natural lakes. That's where I like to throw them. Here's just some Zoom dead ringer. That's just, you know, their knockoff brand. But here's some of the real ringworms and the colors that, you know, you want to throw with them, especially in clear water places. You know, just the clear color. June bug. This is just red cherry, and June bugs work really well in natural lakes, and that's usually what I like to throw. For all the plastics I showed you today, the best way to get to know how to throw them to where you need to go is just go at home and just tie on a jig, put a skirt on it, 1/4 ounce or less, and just go. If you have cats, you can play with them and feel how the bass actually feel when you need to set the hook, and you'll be surprised how good you will get over this everyday practice. About 30 minutes of just pitching, and you can do it underneath things, under your boat trailer. That always works well. And if you have any questions, any kind of video responses or anything like that, feel free to put them on there. Any video requests, we'll make a video of it and hopefully solve your questions. And we'll have videos about how to work every single one of those baits out next couple of days. And thanks for watching. If you got this far.